guys, welcome back to another episode of Underqualified. I'm Ashley.
I'm Savannah.
And if you're watching this either on Spotify or YouTube, you can now see how tall we are.
She's teeny tiny and I'm
really not.
Mildly gigantic. Wait, let me just scoot on over there really quick.
Today we're baking.
We are baking.
We're doing the podcast, but
we are doing the podcast, but we're also baking. So if you hear me yelling, it's because I'm mad.
If this goes up in flames, I'm sorry.
Honestly, this podcast might not even be one of our best episodes because we're literally going to be so distracted. But next episode, we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's where I want to be.
Because the movie comes out the 27th.
Yes.
We're so excited.
She's excited.
I'm so excited.
Okay, wait, what are we cooking? What are we cooking today?
Today we are cooking I feel like I'm on a cooking show. So today we're cooking pumpkin loaf off of a recipe that I found on the internet. Literally the first search that came up. Surprise, surprise. Also, if y'all hear weird noises, it's because we're literally in my kitchen of my family home. So you might see my mom. You might see the dogs. You might see my cat on the counter. My dad is doing something outside with his fish.
He's tinkering around.
Yeah, our sea urchin ate the shrimp, so he's kind of depressed right now. R.I.P.
R.I.P. moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, so what's first? What are we going to do first?
So first, it says in a medium bowl, combine the flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder, cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And y'all missed it before this. Before we started filming, man, I was cranking up grinding.
Grinding?
Baby,
grind on.
Grounding the nutmeg. No, cloves. The cloves, because we only had whole cloves, and I had to ground them. And we only had whole cloves. I looked like a little witch in her brewery. About to curse someone.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we can take turns doing this and then I can read off some stuff.
Okay, I'm going to start with the flour. Continue.
Okay. I know last episode we were talking about artificial intelligence and how creepy and weird but kind of cool
Scary
it is.
Stuff.
So I made ChatGPT write me a spooky story. And so, yeah.
The way.
What?
It's the way that we had to use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT at work every single day.
Oh boy. Okay, so I wish I could do accents good, but I don't. So
I'm a great accent.
In a small, forgotten town of Willbrook. That is not a good accent.
That actually just made me suicidal.
Sorry. Nestled deep within a dense. That doesn't make any sense. Nestled deep within a dense.
Okay, question. Did you proofread this before you put it in here?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
The locals call it the Hollow Manor. And its eerie reputation had spread. I don't think this is very interesting. I'm going to skip this part. I'm bored. I'm already bored. Long story short, there's a spooky house, haunted, and then, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever that means.
We should talk. I want to talk about the origins of Halloween. Because at the end of the day, this is October. It's a spooky season.
Because, didn't Halloween originate the Bible? Everything starts with the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part.
I mean, the Bible.
What about it?
I love Jesus.
Okay. I put down, most scholars agree that Halloween originated around 2,000 years ago when Celtic people in Europe celebrated the end of the harvest and the start of a new year in a festival called Samhain.
I think I've heard of that.
Does that sound right? Okay.
Maybe.
The Celts also believed that the spiritual communications of Samhain made it easier for priests to predict the future. That's crazy. To appease the deities. Is that how you say that? Deities? Deities, they built a bonfire and sacrificed crops and animals. Villagers also attended the bonfire and ceremonies wearing small animal heads and skins, which is where the tradition of Halloween costumes first came from. And if we fast forward a few centuries, by 1000 AD, All Souls is what they used to call it. All Souls Day on November 2nd served as a time for the living to pray for the souls of the dead. All Saints was something else they called it. All Saints Day or All Hallows honored the saints on November 1st. That made October 31st All Hallows Eve, which later became Halloween. And then also something interesting is Halloween started taking off in the U.S. in the middle of the 19th century-ish. When a wave of... continue. Please. No, wait, what are you going to say?
I was going to say, I think it's because, the United States always gets butthurt by everything that they're not involved in, and that's why they decided to adapt Halloween to make it more fun and beautiful and happy which is not really happy. It's about killing people. But man, did they make some good horror movies out of it.
I guess it is about killing people because they did sacrifices and stuff. But actually, Halloween started off in the U.S. Like I said,
I'm sorry, guys. That scared the shit out of me.
There's so many noises. When the wave of Irish immigrants left their country during the potato famine, and the newcomers brought their own superstitions and customs, including jack-o'-lanterns, but back then they carved them out of turnips because potatoes and beets instead of pumpkins and stuff.
That's the only thing they had.
Yeah. So
peasants.
Really we took it from the Irish.
It's always the Irish.
Yeah, for real.
Are you Irish? I feel like everyone's Irish.
Me? I don't know. I think my mom is, so yeah, I guess I am.
Every white person has a little bit of Irish in them.
Yeah.
Irish.
Yeah.
No, Shrek is Scottish. I'm sorry.
Donkey. What's next?
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing?
We're cracking the eggs.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Do we need some ASMR?
Very nice.
Thank you so much. I do, in fact, bake. Actually, no.
This is just Savannah baking and me watching.
I love baking. No, but really, the last time I baked, like a while ago, I think it was before we got our house redone, but I baked bread. No, I baked a cake. Well, I accidentally put too much oil in it, and it made it into flan.
What is flan?
Flan is a Hispanic dish. It's a dessert, and it's so good. It's not good.
It's not good?
It tastes like, it's a certain texture. It tastes like, it's very slimy tasting. Like, you have to, like, have grown up on it to enjoy it, I feel like. But I don't like it. It's very slimy just tasting. I mean, if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't like it. But
so random.
It's just not good.
I'm now realizing that all of these notes are boring. I'm bored. I guess I can skim through some of this stuff. That way we don't have to read all of it. In Mexico, All Souls Day, which is what we kind of talked about last time, is what they called it, which takes place November 2nd. It's commemorated with a 3-day celebration that begins on the evening of October 31st. They celebrate, it's kind of like in Coco. The Disney movie? Coco?
Oh, yeah, I love Coco.
Remember?
Yeah, I liked Coco. I like Book of Life. But
in Coco, you have. But in Coco, you can kind of see that the families construct an altar to the dead in their homes to honor deceased relatives and decorate it with candy, flowers, photography, samples of deceased favorite food, and that type of thing, and some fresh water. Sometimes I put towels down to bring the spirits in and have them like somewhere to sit, that type of thing. And yeah, we kind of already talked about England, but I feel like this is kind of interesting. Old England continued to associate the end of October with the dead wandering among us. Ooh, among us.
Sus.
They set out like gifts and food to satisfy the hungry spirits, and as the time wore on, people began dressing in creepy costumes to go begging for the treats themselves. But also something that England did, I'm pretty sure, is they'll, instead of like doing the whole Halloween thing, I really was looking into this before this, but instead of asking for treats, they would ask for like coin and like money and stuff.
That's not where they put stuff in their shoes, is it? Or that's Christmas?
I don't think
that's
so.
Christmas. Never mind.
Ireland kind of does the same thing as us. Obviously, because we kind of took their culture and brought it here. Actually, they did because of the potato famine.
The original cultural appropriators.
Yeah, for real. But they have some interesting things called Snap Apple. And I guess it's a game that they put an apple on the string and tie it to a door frame or a tree, and players attempt to bite the hanging apple. That sounds so boring.
I would do that. Are
Like
you kidding me? We should try that right now.
Tie an apple to a tree and you try and grab
bananas?
it. Not the bananas.
I'm just kidding. Oh, God. Edit that out. Edit it out right now.
No. Ooh, something similar to it's actually not similar at all, but they do this like fruitcake thing, and they bake at home during Halloween. What are you doing right now?
I'm putting in the pumpkin.
Girl, if you don't stick your finger in there, just scoop it out. Oh, use this. It's already dirty.
It's gonna get... Okay, guys, here's some more ASMR.
Ooh.
Ew, I don't like it.
I don't like that. What else is going on?
We're talking about Halloween Horror Nights, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to mix while I talk about Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah.
Here you go. Trade. Okay, so welcome to my podcast. So anyways, me and Ashley went to Halloween Horror Nights this past year, and Ashley started crying.
Whoa. I feel like maybe I should be telling this story.
No. Okay, so it was me and my 2 roommates, and we all decided every single year we're gonna start going to Halloween Horror Nights because it's like in St. Augustine, we're 2 hours away, like it's whatever. It's not that bad of a drive. And so every year we've started going since I think it was my junior year of college. So this will be my 3rd year in a row. Ash is better at baking than I am. I suck at baking. But we decided to get there at like 5 o'clock. So it was maybe like 2 hours before the doors opened. And we all looked cute. We all looked fun. And
I was wearing overalls. I thought I was being so unique, and then we got there, and everybody and their mom is wearing overalls. Mostly because like there's so many pockets, so you don't need to bring a bag in. No, I was not unique.
It's okay. We all weren't unique. And yeah, mix that pumpkin bread. I'm just kidding. That was so aggressive. So we go to this house, and it's the bug house. So of course we picked the scariest house to go in for first because we thought it'd be a funny idea. Well, it wasn't fun.
Also, I've never been, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't look it up. I just knew that like there were like scary people walking around, and that they can like scare you, but they can't touch you. That's kind of what I knew, and I knew that there were haunted houses. That's it.
Well, and Ashley failed to tell us that she's scared of haunted houses.
So my very first encounter of a haunted house was I went to this elementary school they did like school dances for any holiday that you can think of, like whether it was like Valentine's Day or like, you know, we had so many school dances. So we had like a Halloween-esque school dance. One of them was country themed, and we wore like cowboy hats.
That's disgusting.
It was in Arkansas. Okay. We know. Arkansas. And so, yeah, there was a Halloween one, and then outside in like the play area there was a haunted house that they set up and like hired people to be spooky. And I got all the way to the front of the line and then had to get out of line, and I was with my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I feel sick," and I literally threw up outside of the haunted house because I was that scared. So that was like, you know, elementary school. So
well, apparently that stuck for this past year, which. We went to this, it was a bug house. I think we were all scared because it was terrifying. Like there was giant bugs everywhere. They were disgusting looking. They were mean. And we got out of the house, and I was holding, I think, who was it that went first? Was it me or Edie?
Edie was first, and then it was you and me. And then
Cameron took up the back. Well, I had my arms wrapped around Edie, and then Ashley had her head buried in my backpack.
Let's recreate right now. Okay. So Savannah had a backpack on, and then I was, you know, behind her. We got in there. We were 1 minute in. Okay. Not even 2 seconds in. I saw one bug thingy jump at me in the strobes, and I was like this the rest of the time. I had my head squished into her back. The worst part is that I was like flinching and like with my eyeballs closed, and I was just like, I could sense like, you know how they like puff air at you, and it's very like very like, well, it was insane.
Scary. It was scary. Like the bugs and stuff were not cool. Like I was like, seriously, I was like, guys, like this is like not fun. And when we got out, I just thought Ashley was like red or something. She was crying.
And then Savannah, like as we walk out, because this felt like, I know that this was probably like maybe a minute.
We literally had been in the park for maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, we had just gotten in there, went straight to the bug thingy, and then how long would you say the haunted house took us to go through?
Maybe like 10 minutes.
Not even. No. It was probably like 3 minutes long. Yeah. Like from us like entering and then exiting. But it felt like 10,000 years for me.
It felt long. I gotta stick this in the microwave.
And then, so of course, Edie and Cam are like walking ahead of us, and everyone was walking ahead of me, and then Savannah looks back and goes, "Ashley, how did you like it?" Bawled my eyes out the second she asked. Like I was, and it wasn't even like a tear. No, this was like an ugly cry, like hyperventilating. Like I was like, I don't want anything to do with that.
And I freaked out because I was like, all right, we need to get her out of here. Like we need to get her like out of this to a safe space, because the people behind us kept looking at you, and I was like, don't you look at her. I went on guard dog duty because that's what I do when I go on guard dog duty. But
also, since we were like the first people in there, everyone else in line saw me cry, and so I kind of low-key felt like I wanted to scare them, that it was that scary that I had to cry. I was trying to make myself feel better, but where did we go after that to make me feel better? Harry Potter World.
Potter World, which they didn't have the Death Eaters. I was so upset. They have them this year, though. I know they have the Death Eaters this year. You bet your butt I'm about to go Avada Kedavra some bitches.
So all that being said, oh yeah, and then so after we go, we eat. What is that place called that you eat at Harry Potter World?
Three Broomsticks.
Yes, we went there and got some butterbeer and sat down, got some fish and chips and
It was good stuff.
but I was still so scared that I just like felt so sick still. And
I remember you kept your little hand in Edie's pocket the entire time.
Oh my gosh. So then of course there's like scare zones, which I also didn't really know. And anytime we went through them, I had to hold Edie's pocket because I didn't want anybody to scare me. I had to keep my head down. Now looking back, I feel like obviously now I'm like, I think I could go through the scare zones, but once I get there, I'll be like, nah. But yeah, I don't know. I also am not a huge fan of roller coasters. And so it's like, why did I go? Oh, your mom's here. Oh no. I don't know. I was just so like spooked out that I don't know. I don't really know what was wrong with me, but I'm a big scaredy cat.
Fine.
Right now we're gonna pour our little concoction, our mixture into the bread pan, and then we're gonna get to cooking. Bacon. Savannah's going to Halloween Horror Nights this year again. She did invite me. I politely said no, thank you. No thanks.
It's me and my two sisters, my mom, and then my brother are going, and it's a girls' night plus Cooper, little turd. So we're all going as like a girls' trip, which should be interesting because my sisters have never gone before, and neither has my mom. But me and my brother go every year. Good luck for them. My sister's gonna cry. I bet you she'll cry.
I guess Savannah's sister is similar to me, and we're kind of scared of everything, but yeah, I'm not going. And then of course whenever we got there and the night was over, I waited. So I didn't go to any other haunted houses after that. I did one and done, and I waited for them outside of like where the exit was for all of them. And I don't know, good thing was the weather was nice, so it wasn't like I was bored, and like there was good service all around. So I was just sitting on my phone. I called my mom. I was just enjoying. We kind of talked about this before, but I just enjoy like walking around.
Yeah,
Universal.
that's like we talk like it's like our favorite thing to do at Universal is walk around alone
because it just looks so like you're on a movie set. It just feels like you're in a different world. So that's kind of what I was doing. I was hanging out. I got some ice cream.
I didn't know that.
I did. I got some ice cream and just enjoyed myself. And
got some merch. Did you get any merch?
I didn't. I don't think I shopped at all when we were there.
Shopping is my favorite retail therapy.
That was the first time I was at Universal since like 2017 though, and I was like, ugh, I want to go back, just not during Halloween Horror Nights.
I was gonna say we might go back during December. Sorry.
You are so hyper.
We might go back in December, me and Edie and Kim, if you want to go.
Maybe. I've kind of gotten over the whole don't like roller coasters fear though, because like I've just kind of sucked it up, put my big girl pants on, and it's like I gotta do this. But the very first roller coaster I went on, I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like middle school as well. No, it was probably elementary, but I cried after that one too. I'm not even a crier, which is crazy.
Dang, remind me not to ask you to go to the Baker Corn Maze.
Oh, so me and my mom were driving yesterday, and we saw a sign that said like something about the maze.
Yeah.
How it opens up. And have you ever
been to the Baker Corn Maze? Yes, we would go every year in middle school.
That is scary. Would you go at night though?
Yeah, that's the point of the haunted corn maze.
It's haunted? I just thought it was like dark, and then you walked through the corn maze.
We should go.
Do they scare you? Are there things?
Okay, so not in the maze. Like, in the maze itself, nobody pops out at you, but it's just spooky walking through it at night when it's pitch black outside. But then they have a haunted corn, like, they have the haunted,
just the haunted house that's at the mall? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Oh. Have you ever been to that?
No.
It's that family.
It's expensive.
Is it? Okay, so he's
it's
my
like $40.
age. It's the how do you say their last name? Wetzel family.
I have no idea.
Anyways, I played volleyball with a girl. It was her boyfriend and his family that put on this haunted house. They rent out this part of the
condemned mall.
Of the mall that's like basically a ghost town every year, and they throw a haunted house together. Also,
they do summer haunted houses too.
Ooh. Also, the theater groups in local high schools will also do a separate like haunted house in the mall as well. Theater kids, they get a kick out of that stuff. Put on makeup and stuff.
Theater kids.
And so Yeah, the corn maze. I don't know. I'm scared. We were going to do it one year. Actually, the same year that I was brought up last time when 2 people got in a car wreck. That was on Halloween. And we were talking about going to the corn maze that night.
Oh.
But
then they got in that car accident.
we ended up going to like a Thai restaurant and watching it on the TV that was in the Thai restaurant. Which is like, it scarred me as a kid. What are you scared of? You know what we need to talk about? We need to talk about what we're scared of. What are you scared of?
Spiders. I literally have a spider trapped in my bathroom right now. I need to show it to you. It's in a cup because I don't want to move it. And it was in my shower. And the amount of things that just accumulate in my shower, the Lego, the spider, my hair. Ooh, I know. But there's a spider. Like I have it in a cup. Spiders terrify me. They'll give me panic attacks.
How big is it? How big is it? Like a centimeter maybe?
This
Oh
big.
my God.
It's got long legs though.
You didn't drown it?
I tried to and then it revived itself. It said, oh, and then it revived itself in the cup. It rose from the dead like Jesus Christ. And it...
You didn't want to get bit and become, you know...
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
No. Where am I going to swing from in this city?
Yeah,
the beach?
It's pretty flat. You go from lifeguard stand to lifeguard stand.
And someone's as flat as my ass. Anyways. What else am I scared of? I mean, I don't know. Everyone's scared of like something chasing them up the stairs in the dark. You know, like, when you turn out the lights and you have to run and you think something's chasing you.
Yeah.
That. I'm also scared of intimacy. That's a big thing. I'm hilarious. Anyways, what are you scared of?
The fact that you can't think of it. I'm scared of everything. You name it. Like clowns, heights, death itself, the
I'm
ocean.
not scared of death anymore. That's terrible.
The ocean, because...
Oh, I'm scared of the ocean. I'm batty scared of the ocean. I
things
don't want
that
no
are
shark to bite my
in
toes.
the ocean.
Sharks,
Jellyfish. All of that. Like...
sea urchins.
I'm afraid of, like, drowning, but, like, I guess I could just not... I don't know.
Drowning is the worst way to die.
Is it?
Yeah. That or being suffocated, but that's like the same thing.
Suffocated? Not
asphyxiation. Well, burning, okay. When you get burned, it burns off your nerves, so by the time it kills you, you can't feel anything.
Yeah, you probably pass out from like the pain as well.
When you die from being burned, it's just you just lose all your nerves in it.
What else am I scared of? Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of a lot of stuff.
I'm scared of my cat dying. Big time.
Yeah.
What else? That's more of a personal issue though.
I don't really like horror movies that much. But I've learned the older I get, it's crazy. I think I'm going through such a changing times. I'm 20 and like
you're hanging out with me.
now I can eat a tomato and not like puke it out. You know?
Don't talk to me about tomatoes. I'm scared of tomatoes.
Like I can eat a salad now. I used to be like anti-salads. I can eat a salad and be like, well, this is fine. I used to get like plain burgers and I still do, but like now I can like put stuff on a burger and I'm like, wow, I guess I'm just not as picky as I used to be. And then also I can watch like how do you like a slasher film, like a 90s like slasher like horror film, like those ones don't scare me.
Did you ever watch Scream?
Mm-hmm.
I love Scream.
I watched all of them except like 2, I think. But
the guest star has arrived.
This episode is so bad. This is the worst episode.
He's like, stop, don't look at me.
What?
He's like,
who is he?
She's so upset. He goes, I can't do it. Help. She's gonna come at me. Help me. Help.
Oh my god.
Your turn.
No.
No, you gotta do it with a straight face.
Help. Help me. Help me.
Maybe we just use this episode for clips. Help.
This is bad.
Help me. Oh my god, help.
Wait, do you have specific... Okay, so me personally, during Halloween, I do my personal 31 Nights of Halloween. I watch like...
Oh, you do
I always have to,
every day?
Yeah, I do. I watch a movie every day. Or it's a show, like during the day. I'll watch a show, like My Babysitter is a Vampire. You watched that, right?
I was in love with what's-his-face.
Which one?
The cute one.
Like, not the one that likes the girl, but like the other one? The friend? I think his name's Ethan.
Yeah, I like Ethan.
I liked Ethan, too.
I like Ethan.
So funny. I watched that. I don't know. I just have, like, my own list that I go by. Do you have specific things you watch during Halloween?
Nightmare Before Christmas. Scream. The Conjuring movies. The Nun.
Ooh. See, mine are like lighthearted, like Halloween Town.
Oh, I love Halloween Town. Oh God, she's gonna get yelled at.
When did you stop trick-or-treating?
I never stopped trick-or-treating.
You're lying.
No, I'm being dead serious. One time, we trick-or-treated, I think it was my sophomore year, and we were walking down the street, and this couple gave us a 6-pack of beers.
Dang.
Happy Halloween. Because we were all dressed up. Me and Edie were dressed up as Harry Potter characters.
This was last year? 2 years ago? Oh, wait, sophomore
I think
year.
it was 3 years ago. And then, what did we do senior year? We didn't go trick-or-treating senior year, but we did go to bars. We tried to bathe my cat, and it was just bad, and the dog started freaking out and started nibbling on my toes because she wanted the cat so bad. I don't know. Halloween's fun. I think Halloween is truly my favorite holiday. I'm starting to sing.
I think I stopped trick-or-treating, like, junior high. I didn't go through high school.
I love trick-or-treating.
I just felt, you know, that also I get anxious kind of when, you know, when people start like knocking on your door and you don't know what you're going to get when you open up the door. That freaks me out. Like, you could get like an older person that's like clearly too old to be trick-or-treating and they're like actually decked out in like fake blood and stuff, and then it just freaks you out a little bit. Or you could get like a baby that does like can't even say trick-or-treat or like doesn't know what to do.
That was me last year. I was covered in blood.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, because I was Casey from Scream. She gets stabbed a bunch of times, and so I was like, I had my blonde wig on, and the sweater that she wears, and I had blood.
The white sweater. Right?
Yeah, I had blood smeared all over me.
Drew Barrymore.
I was Drew Barrymore, and I honestly like people like recognized me, but a lot of people had no idea who I was. I was like, I am Miss Casey from Scream, and they were like, oh my gosh, look who gets killed literally in the first 10 seconds of the movie. I was like, oh yeah, that's me.
So what's your favorite Halloween costume that you've done out of like little to now when you're little?
I dressed up as Minnie Mouse one year. Oh my gosh, no, I dressed up as a Monster High doll.
Which one?
Claudine Wolf.
Oh. I was literally gonna say, was it the wolf one?
Yeah.
I had a friend that did what's the one that's like a fish?
Oh, Laguna. I wanted to dress up as Laguna really bad, but they didn't have her costume anywhere. But my mom did my eyeliner and like stuff like that. I was snatched as a 10-year-old. What's your favorite Halloween costume? What you got?
I don't know, like I was a cheetah girl once, like where I just wore like cheetah print, to be honest, and like ears, but I was never like
Cheetah Girl's good though.
Yeah. Have a picture of me that day. I think I was also
podcast, but standing up. Somebody kill us.
I don't have a good one, honestly. I think
really?
I think I tried to be like Sharpay one year, but I didn't wear a wig.
I love wearing wigs. Do you wear wigs?
Did you ever, so near Halloween time, did you ever wear your costume to school? Or you never did that?
No.
You didn't have the balls?
No, I wore my first place medals from volleyball tournaments. I said blinged up on a Tuesday afternoon. That's what I wore to school. I mean, they had like we always like during close to Halloween, whether it was like the day of or like the weekend before, we would people would wear their costumes. But there was always this like, I remember one year me and all my volleyball friends dressed up as like different candy, and like the morning of, we were like, are you guys still wearing your costume? Like everybody was like, are you still wearing it? Because everyone likes to chicken out last minute, you know. I know, that was, I think Edie almost did that when we dressed up as Draco and Harry. She's like, are you sure you don't want to change your costume? And that was when my shoulder was like out of commission, like literally broken. And I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I planned out my entire outfit for this costume, Edie, and I was like, I'm not changing it. And then I was also Kim Possible last year. I did Kim Possible. Oh yeah, you know, maybe that was, so it was my sophomore year of high school. I was Kim Possible, and our whole friend group, we didn't necessarily go trick-or-treating, but we went with our friend's younger brother. It was like a group of six of us, and we went with him, and there was a haunted house in front of someone's yard. Ooh. I did go through it. I did not cry, but I did have to hold on to somebody. I can never grow out of these things. I was gonna say, my dad used to be in haunted houses. He was always the chainsaw guy. Yeah, there was one of those. He was like, yeah, I was just gonna keep telling stories about our dads. I feel like at one point it's just like, he was like, yeah, I used to have that chainsaw and go chase people. I was like, that's super on brand. He was like, all we did was take off the chain.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's all you did? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh.
I have a question. Since you
Yes.
went to a college out of town and had Halloween parties at said colleges, are those fun? People dress up?
Yeah, we all dressed up. Honestly, like going to the bars, I feel like is more fun.
More fun.
We went to pub.
The
We went
pub.
to a pub. We went to the pub in St. Augustine, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's when me and Matthew got called a slur. We got called the F slur, for crossing the street because someone got hit by a car. My life is like a movie. Anyways,
Tonight was like a movie.
Tonight was like a movie. Literally, here's what happened. So we walked to pub from downtown St. Augustine, which is like probably it's like a good 20-minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked across the Lions Bridge, and we get there, and we notice all these police cars, and we were like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? As we're walking in our costumes, like down the street. Turns out someone had got hit by a car, so we went around the back to get into the back of pub instead of the front. And we have a frat at Flagler. It's not a real frat. They suck.
I didn't even know that.
They are terrible people. But we went behind because we had a friend of ours that lived back there next to the frat.
Mm-hmm.
We said hi to them, and we went to go cross the street, and someone from the frat almost hit us because they pulled up onto the curb, and I was literally sitting on the sidewalk, came up, almost hit me, and so I was like, dude, like, what is your problem? Flipped them off, the usual. Naturally. And then I got up, like, I wasn't sitting on the ground, but I was just standing there waiting for Matthew to come out. And we tried crossing the street because they were diverting traffic behind. And we had to go across the street. And then the guy who almost hit me rolled down his window, called us a slur. And then you know how I am when I'm mad. I whipped around and just about ripped this guy's face off. And Matthew was like, like, what'd you just say? And Matthew's just a little noodle. He doesn't do anything.
Gosh.
And then we went into pub and like saw a bunch of people that we knew and said hi and stuff like that. And yeah. And then we found out that the person who got hit by a car died. On Halloween. So yeah, that's like the third person that's like died on that road too.
Dang.
Oh my gosh, I have a Halloween joke for you.
Okay.
What kind of streets do ghosts haunt?
Hollow roads.
Dead ends. Boom. I'm just gonna go die.
I don't know. I always dreamt. You know what I think of Halloween? I always think of Diary of a Kid, the first one, when they go trick or treating, and then they get spooked because they have to go through that. His brother like dares him to go through that grave or something, or the whatever.
Don't call me.
Don't call me.
Don't come by my house. We're done. My Roman Empire.
I think of that, and I also think of Mean Girls when they go to.
Oh my
Halloween
gosh, yeah, I was Mean Girls one year. That was
Which
good.
one?
I don't remember. They all look the same to me.
Regina.
It was when I was blonde and actually dressed up. R.I.P.
We're clearly running out. We are running out of things to talk about. I'm pulling things out of my butt right now.
You can see us do the step up routine we learned.
Nobody wants to see that.
Ooh, kill him.
I genuinely something. Obviously we do carve pumpkins every year. I carve pumpkins every year with my parents.
I love carving pumpkins. I always do something semi-Menace Society on them.
Huh?
I like to do something mildly offensive on them. Actually, no. I want to put
you do words and stuff?
It's always something weird that I do on them. I want to make one that has like Tootsie Rolls for teeth this year. You know?
I lose interest after like an hour. Not lose interest, but I like to do something that's like super simple that will look good when it's dark, and yeah.
Well, do you ever like bake the pumpkin seeds?
Mm-mm. I don't really. I've never done it, but I don't think I'd like it.
I love baking them.
My sister's done it.
I love baking pumpkin seeds. They're so good for you.
I feel like you shouldn't eat them. You know, that thing that they say when you're a kid and you eat a seed and it'll grow in your stomach and stuff.
Well, you bake them, so you're like technically killing them.
Killing the seed. Rest in peace. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I remember the worst do you have a bad Halloween story other than I guess like that person dying? There's been, ever since I got into college, I never know what to do on Halloween. I also get spooked out on Halloween. Like I like to stay at home. I don't even really like to hand out candy because nobody comes to our house because our cul-de-sac is like old people, and so everybody already has their lights off, so nobody wants to go to just one house in a cul-de-sac anyways. So there was this one Halloween that we went to, like we went out and it was so boring and I just had like mouse ears on. No. They were rabbit ears, but that was it. Like I just had nothing to do and I was so bored and we were too young. We couldn't go to like a bar or anything like that. Nobody was having house parties. Like we literally hung out at the house, walked the strip, and then was like, well, I'm gonna go home.
I think Ages is doing something this year for Halloween, to be honest. I kind of want to go to it, but like that's gonna be like the weekend before Halloween, like that Saturday. But, you know, if Halloween, you want to come over here, we can watch spooky movies.
I know, but I'd like to like lock myself in because I'm afraid like if I drive, I'm gonna hit somebody. Because, you know, kids are crazy. They love running into the street.
You're not going to do that, yeah.
And then it's like, once it's a little late, I feel like murderous things happen. And I get spooked as well.
This isn't the 18th century.
I don't know. I just get spooked out on Halloween.
We're not going to die. Do you know the story about how, like, black cats on Halloween, like, so many people will, like, kill black cats on Halloween because they think they're, like, bad luck? Well, I love black cats.
They are bad luck, but I wouldn't kill them. I wouldn't kill them.
Like, so many black cats like don't get adopted in the shelters on Halloween because they're black.
I don't want to get that black cat out of my face. I do not want it.
I love black cats.
Well, I mean,
they have so much personality.
Okay, they're usually really pretty. I like the way they look, but I'm not a cat person, so like I'm not gonna get a pat. I'm not gonna get a cat. Period.
You're gonna have to like the cats when we move in together. Cause man,
well, I don't mind cats, but I'm not gonna like love up on it. You know,
like look at her right there. Isn't she a little angel? Even though she has fleas still.
She's still...
Yes! Little turd. Keep going outside.
Can humans get fleas?
She's for the streets. No. That's what lice is called. Yeah, lice are human fleas.
But, like...
No, they can't, like... Because we don't have, like, hair on our bodies. So. They like animals. You get them from rolling outside in the grass. Which somebody does. No. I have never gotten a tick before.
I think I've had one.
Gross.
But it was I went to an elementary school that was year-round one time for a couple of years, and so during the off times that we didn't have school, because our breaks were just like spread out, you could do like fun classes. So I took like a short-term French class when I was super young, don't remember anything, and then there was also this like dogs and hiking thing. So one of our PE teachers would take us on a hike with all of his hunting dogs. Aww. And let us like walk them and like taught us about dogs and stuff, and it was actually really fun. Where was I going with that?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I remember I came back from that, a long day of hiking, and I'm pretty sure I had like a tick. I wasn't worried about it. My mom got it off with tweezers and we were good, but that was the only time. I don't find myself in the woods anymore, so I don't have to worry about that.
I don't find myself in the woods.
Not anymore.
We don't go hiking. I take one look.
There's nowhere to hike. It's flat here. It's freaking flat.
Like when I would go hiking in North Carolina, man, I thought Sasquatch was going to come out and snatch me up.
Sasquatch.
Bigfoot.
I still
believe in him, by the way. I was always afraid that something would come out of the woods, like something spooky.
The woods are scary, though.
Especially,
one of my guy friends used to, go, like, camping a lot. And he would always come back with the most crazy stories, like, yeah, we were hearing screams and, like, cult stuff going on across the river and, like, could see stuff and hear stuff. I was like, dude, and every single time they went to the same exact camping place, they would hear these things. And I'm like, did you not get the hint that, like...
scary at all.
I remember one time they slept in their car after putting up their tents because they just started hearing things and, like, animals and, like, I don't know. I like glamping. I would go camping.
Glamping?
But I prefer a good glamp moment, you know, where you got some running water and... maybe in a cabin a little bit.
I know. Who is it?
I don't need service. I just need a roof over my head.
Like, Des is going to this thing in Swanee called Halloween. It's like a festival thing.
Halloween? That's what Hulu, the television thing, calls their October, like 31 nights of October. They say Halloween.
Oh. Well, it's also a festival in Swanee.
Where's Swanee?
By Lake City.
Oh.
By Orlando.
Oh, okay.
A little bit north of Orlando. It's like only 4 hours away. It's like towards Gainesville. But she said that, like, so her boyfriend, I don't know what he is bringing his, like, van in there. She's like, Savannah, if I am, if I'm, like, on my period during this, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because there's no bathrooms.
Yeah.
You gotta pee where you stand. Right, Dad? You gotta pee where you stand.
I think that you stand while you pee. You don't, I mean, I guess
you pee where you stand.
You pee where you stand, but you also stand where you pee.
Period.
Can you pee and stand at the same time? I've never peed in the woods.
There's a picture of me. There's a picture of me peeing in a bush. It was sent to my mother.
Oh yeah, but like that's not like the woods.
I mean, it was a bush. Not him laughing.
Yes.
Wait, this will be.
I gotta go on a rant right now. So, since September, Target has come out with, like Halloween fall stuff in their dollar section and, whatever. And, they came out with those mugs. There was a whole bunch of them. And I really wanted the one that has a black cat on it, which is really ironic considering our last conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also one that had like a ghost and then a pumpkin. And I really wanted them, but I kept on talking myself out of it because I have so many mugs. I have a mug addiction and I don't need any more mugs, especially because I still live at my parents' house. So it's like I have nowhere to store them. And anyways, every single time I go, I talk myself out of it. And obviously I go to Target like once a week. And finally me and my mom went yesterday and the mugs were gone and sold out and not even online anymore. So now I'm really bummed.
They already places are already setting up Christmas stuff.
Oh, don't say that.
When we went out to the outlets yesterday, literally we went to Altered State and they were like, yeah, we're setting up Christmas stuff in the next 2 days. And I was like, girl, what?
Ugh, that's not good.
We're already going into Christmas. Well, anyways,
this episode was not spooky at all.
It wasn't spooky, but it's mostly just us literally being stupid. Which is funny. It shows more of our personality.
You.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you and good night.
Anyways, guys, we really hope you enjoyed this episode.
I want to learn how to do a transatlantic accent.
I'm trying to close out the episode and you said I want to learn a transatlantic accent.
I do. I want to. What should I read? I go to the local college. That's just British.
It's like a mix between British and
I go to the that's no. All right, bye guys.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode. We're so sorry we were so scattered all over the place, but if you decide, you can always watch us bake, which honestly isn't as good as you think it is. But please leave comments below. Answer the little QA on the bottom of the Spotify thing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
comment what you hated on the YouTube.
Everything. Comment. Give us so many dislike.
Comment bad, mean comments. Please. We just need some type of traction here, okay?
Yeah, we need something, please.
Please
give us traction.
Yeehaw, I hate you for what you did.
And I miss you like a little kid. Anyways, guys, good night.
Bye.